And they say we've all got one book inside us, but what if you've written that book only to find no one will publish it?
Turned down 30 times before getting published. Author Melanie Blake is with us. I mean, turned down 30 times. I mean, that's history now. Best-selling author, a six-figure deal. It's just been an incredible story. How do you even get to that point, Melanie?
Well, first, thanks for having me on, because I love this.
Pleasure. Nice
every
to see
day.
you.
It's really lovely to be in the studio. I think the thing is with Ruthless Women, this book, because I have written a book before, but this one has gone straight in at #4 in the Sunday Times chart, and that is vindication that all those people that told me that nobody wanted to read this book were wrong. And I think, if anything, the point of that is that just because you want to do something and someone tells you that you can't, your instinct is probably generally right. Everybody has got a story in them and everyone's got that book in them. But it's less about talking about it and actually doing it, because once you start the process, even if everybody turns you down, because the world has changed so much, you can self-publish, you can put it out there. So if I hadn't have got that deal, which I got in the 11th hour, I would have gone ahead anyway.
So what is step one, then, in getting a book published?
So, first and foremost, people get very confused about publishing and think you have to write an entire book. Publishers buy books on the first 30,000 words and a synopsis. So if you were to write 2,000 words, you know, a month, if you could, you'd have it done in half a year. You'd be there. You'd be on your way. And the key is to just get that first part of the story down. A really good editor will spot if you've got a story, and if you've finished a book already and they don't like it, they might think you're too much work to try and change it back. So a big myth is that you need to have your book finished. You don't. You just have to have the first part of it, which is often the killer moment and probably the spine of it, as in where you want it to go. But less is actually more when you're trying to get a deal.
Do you need an editor, an agent, a publicist? At what point do you look at doing that? I know you mentioned that you can self-publish, but at some point you need an agent.
Everything has changed. So in many ways, if you are going to write romance or if you're going to write crime, like, you need to target, if you want to go down the conventional routes, you need to target an agent that does that. So, for example, maybe Martina Cole's agent, Linda LaPlante, if you want to write crime. Don't do mass submissions because they won't read it. But if you look at an agency that has a lot of people that are similar to the way that you think you are, Kim, you'll know this from your wide career. Lots of people think that maybe they won't want someone like you, don't they? Because you might be at a clash. Not true. If you've got someone who's very busy, they're always looking for someone else that could fill those slots, because the publishers, once an author is busy, they don't have as much time to churn out books as fast, so they're looking for the next person. So a big tip is to find, if you want to go down that route, find an agent that does what you do, because they're more likely to read your work.
Right. OK.
Yeah. So when we are writing, then, should we be writing with the intention of getting it published?
I think you have to write about what you know and what is your passion. So obviously I was an agent for 20 years in show business and looked after very famous women on soaps and worked on all the big soaps. This book is set on a fictitious soap opera, which is basically about to come off air and is struggling in the ratings, and it becomes a huge battle of who will survive. It's a backstabbing story, and I've seen that in real life. So I knew that I had a story to tell there. And you must always write about something you feel passionate about, because if you don't believe it, they're not going to believe it. If someone offered me a fortune tomorrow to write about a nunnery, I couldn't do it.
Because it's your personal experience. Hey, you've been enjoying the book, haven't you?
I have. I find it hard to put it down.
It's true. I mean, it's fiction. Thank you. It's fiction, but it's, you know, it's, if you've ever wondered what it's really like on a soap opera, Ruthless Women.
That's the book to read, for sure. Thank you so much, and congratulations on all your success as well, and for that great advice too.
Yeah, well, just keep trying is what I would say. Never give up.
Keep trying. And Melanie's book, Ruthless Woman, is out now.